Hi there, this is AniBusiness with your friend Simeon. You're welcome back to my YouTube channel. For those of us who are in abroad, who are in diasporas, some of us that are not in Nigeria, but we want to invest back home. We want to invest basically in agriculture. I'm not going to be talking about plantation here, although I might really talk about it maybe some other time, but for now, all I discuss in here is all about livestock. So for some of us who want to start a business in Nigeria and you are contemplating making an inquiry or trying to get which of the livestock is best for you, is profitable for you, is suitable for you, the one that will cost you less and you're going to make maybe a high amount of money later on in the day. The one that won't trouble you so much when it comes to feeding, the one that won't cost you so much when it comes to maintenance or taking care of them. So that is what I'm here to analyze to you. And in my analysis, I'm going to rate them according to their profit. I'm not only analyzing the video just because I feel like, okay, this is the best. I am going to analyze and evaluate them based on the cost of raising them, cost of buying their feed, and the market value of each and the return they are going to bring to you. That is what I'm going to be discussing here in this video. So if you are new on my YouTube channel, please follow AniBusiness, subscribe to my YouTube channel, turn on the notification bell to get notified whenever time I drop a new video like this for you. Number one, I'm going to start with pig farming. Pig farming is one of the most suitable options and one of the best options to start with now in Nigeria. So far, it is all about Nigeria. You want to invest back home in Nigeria. You are in abroad or you are in Nigeria watching me. You are not into agriculture, not into livestock, but you want to invest in livestock. Maybe you like it or you want to do it as a business. If you are not a Muslim, the most suitable and the most profitable business at hand now that you can easily raise some amount of money that is not high and make money at the end of the day is the pig farming. Why did I say this? When it comes to pig farming, their feed, pig feed, is one of the most lesser feed in Nigeria. Comparing to the cost of buying pig feed, because I'm still going to talk about that as I continue. If you are going to buy 1000 kg, which is 1 ton of fish feed, you are going to spend up to 400 to 500,000 naira. If you are going to buy 1 ton. So if you are going to buy 2 tons, definitely you are going to be spending up to 2 million naira buying 2 tons. But let's divert to the one of piggery, the one we are discussing at hand. If you are going to buy 1 ton of pig feed, that will cost you around 200 to 250,000 naira, or rather less than 200,000 naira, which is around that 190,000 naira, depending on the kind of formula you are using, how cheaper the ingredients are in your area, how surplus they are, or other alternatives you find to eat, like other supplements you find to eat. So pig feed is lesser in price. If you compare pig feed, like 25 kilo of pig feed, if you compare it to the cost of buying chicken feed, you are going to notice that it is very, very costly. So pig feed has the most lesser price when it comes to their feeding. And when it comes to pig farming, you only need to raise around that 60, 70, 80,000 naira to start with a single pig. For instance, if you have their house already, maybe you rent their house and you want to get a pig. For a single pig, luckily in your area, you might get a pig of 30,000 naira per one, depending on the quality, the kind of breed you are getting. You can get a breed of 40,000 naira, 50,000 naira, 60,000 naira, and a breed of 80. It went as far as a breed of 250,000 naira per piglet. So you are expected to use up to 50, 60,000 naira to do what? To raise them to the time you are going to sell them, or to the time they will be due for production. I've told us that it is good to raise a pig in a multi-purpose way. There should be some sets we raise for butchers to come and buy, buyers, those who are raising fattening to kill, to sell, for them to kill and sell. Then we should have the one that we are going to be using for production, for breeding in our farm. So if you buy the piglet and you raise it to a point whereby it should start production, you should know that the pig is going to give you times the amount you used to buy her and the amount you used to raise her. If you buy her at 2 to 3 months, which is a piglet, and you spend something like 40,000 naira feeding the pig until it get pregnant, and if peradventure she delivered maybe 7, 8 or 10 piglets, depending on how prolific it is at once for you, then you should calculate if at all you are going to sell the piglet after raising them at the amount you bought their mother. That is going to be 40,000 naira times 8, 50,000 naira times 8, 60,000 naira times 8. You should know that you have money on ground. And if you are to raise them, you know that you did not buy the piglets you want to raise and sell for butchers to buy. It is coming from your production. So the amount you use to raise the pig to the point that you still get extra to raise is lesser compared to other livestock farming. And one thing that is still good about pig is production continue. Not unlike fish that you raise to some certain point and you sell them out, you dispose them, then you have to get another one and stock again. Not like chicken that you raise to some kilos, then you sell them out, then you get a new one, you bought a new stock, then you start the business again. Pig farming is different. The production continues simultaneously. So far, you don't stop production at the farm, you don't stop crossing your pig at the farm, you don't stop getting a pregnant pig at the farm, production will never cease at your farm. So these are one of the things that make pig farming more profitable and more better than the rest. Their feed is cheaper, production continue, and the amount, the capital to start raising them is very, very low. And their maintenance is very, very low as well. The amount you are going to spend maintaining them is not compared to the amount you are going to spend maintaining catfish or maintaining chicken. And mostly, pig doesn't die compared to other livestock such as chicken farming, like poultry farming and fish farming, even rabbit farming. You know why? Sometimes your chicken can contract any disease at any time and they will start dying. Sometimes your fish can start dying for bacteria or for any cause. It could be water pollution, it could be anything, it could be lack of oxygen. So your fish can develop any problem at any time. But it is unlikely for your pig to develop sickness at any time, except the thing have been worrying the pig for a very long time and you did not notice until it gets to a level, a particular time that it started affecting the pig. So if your veterinary doctor is not good enough, or if the thing has eaten up the pig too much, there's no how the pig is going to survive. And the only challenges you will have that will give you a high mortality at the farm is when you are faced with African swine fever. So that is that about pig farming. Let's now come to number 2. Number 2 is poultry farming. Poultry farming is very, very profitable as well, and I would rate it as number 2. The reason is their feed is lesser in price compared to that of catfish. Their feed is lesser in price compared to that of catfish. For instance, they are selling some of the bag starters within the range of that 12,000, 14,000, 10,000, 11,000 plus. Some of the starters, if you are buying what is it called? If you are buying top feed, so they are lesser in prices. If you are buying chicken, if you are buying ultima, so the prices are there. But when it's coming to fish farming, the price is on a higher side. To get a starter feed for your fish will cost you around 18, 20, 22,000 naira, even per 15 kg, and chicken feed is 25 kg per bag, and you are going to get it for as low as 15,000 or down to around 10,000 naira, depending on the range or the product you are buying. So poultry farming is more better, and I will rate it as number 2 when it comes to choosing the kind of livestock you want to go into. And the best option I will still give you when it comes to poultry farming is raising broiler is good too. It's one of the best options, but I would advise if you can go into egg production. Going into it for egg production is better because you are still going to be having something similar to the pig farming I discussed earlier, that production is going to continue at your farm. If you have your Isa Brown chicken, after raising them for something like 22 weeks or 21 weeks, if I'm not mistaken, because it's been long, I don't deal with chicken that much, it's been long, sha. So they will start production. So when they start production, they will produce, like they will be laying egg for as long as 1.5 years, if not plus. That if you take care of them very well. So this, you don't have to buy and restock. You only need to be feeding and be taking care of them. Unlike broiler, you raise, you sell, you raise, you sell, you raise, you sell, you raise, you buy, you sell, you buy, you raise, you sell, you buy, you raise, you sell. So, but when you have layers at your farm, the production continue until they grow old to the point that the egg they are giving you per day is no longer enough compared to how fresh they started. You understand? So that is when you can dispose them and get a newer one. But you can keep them for as long as 2 years. The time that it's going to take them before they start production and the time they are going to produce too. So it's enough for you to cash out a lot of money from the business. So poultry farming, I'll rate it as number 2. And the maintenance, although it's a bit on the higher side because you are going to be buying antibiotics, buying drugs, buying Newcastle disease medicine, all sort of things like that. Your veterinary doctor will have to be coming to check them so that they won't get to cough. That I think that is it coccidiosis, or so they are going to be checking them. So the cost of maintaining them is a bit on the higher side compared to that of pig farming. Number 3, that is when I'm going to talk about catfish. Catfish seems to be one of the most profitable business back then, but now the business has turned to another thing. So I wouldn't, in my video, I don't like deceiving you. Like I've been analyzing, and I don't need to emphasize much on this particular set of livestock again, because I've been emphasizing and be giving you expose on it before I even talked about it. Their feed is very, very cost. Even if you want to do local feed, if you are going to do starter local feed that is very good, if your formula is very good, you are going to get a good ingredient. So some of these ingredients, sometimes ago we are buying them for as low as 150 naira per kg. We are buying them for as low as 200 naira per kg, 250 naira per kg. But these days, most of these ingredients are around 500 naira per kg. Some are 440 naira per kg. Some are 400 naira per kg, and some which will buy at 100 naira or 150 are around 350 naira per kg. So if you are going to do the local feed because you are running from expensive, like the cost of buying already made, which they put at the shop, which are the floating feed, and you want to go for local ones, even the cost of doing that one is very, very high. By the time that you gather all the ingredients, you buy all the ingredients together, and you calculate the cost of doing that 1,000 kilo of local feed alone, if you now match it to the cost of buying 1,000 kilo of already made, the one they package at the shop, the packaged one, you will see that the difference won't be much. I did some times ago, and I only got a difference plus the money for transporting it to the farm altogether like that. I did the cost, and the difference is just 35,000 naira. 35 going to 40,000 naira is the difference that the already packaged one took from the local one. So the local one cost me around 400,000, and the already made will cost me around 440 or 30 something thousand naira. So you could see, although it's safe, but not as much as we'll expect. So catfish feed is very, very costly, and the cost of raising them is very, very high. And these days, most people are just hatching catfish. Even those who are not professional, they just go for one seminar or the other, so they are hatching them. I'll still talk about this thing. There are lots of I just got to discover the reason why we have fish at our farm and they end up dying time to time. These breeders we have outside, all of them are just breeding without experience or without using a quality this thing. That's why we keep on having problem when we have fish in our farm. And the maintenance of fish these days is very, very high. Your fish can decide to die at any time, and you'll be spending money for a month. You'll just be spending, and there won't be any solution to it until you sell them out. It's not like the drugs are not useful or they are not working, but the fish cannot respond to what you are giving them because of how they were raised or how they were hatched right from the breeders. So catfish business is falling down, And that is all I can say about catfish. It's not like the business is not good, but if you want to go into it, please stock it low. I'm not saying people are not making money from it. People are making money from it, especially if you get the chance to be getting some supplement or substance that are closer to your place and they cost less. You can still make reasonable money from it. But for now, I can't really guarantee that there is a high profit in catfish farming. Number 4, I'm going to talk about goat farming. Goat farming is good too and the business is profitable, but I'm not here to emphasize much on goat. But if I would advise you, please go for local breed. Go for local breed. Don't even try to buy all this Shokoto red from the north. Go for local breed. If you have them and they give birth, they are much at the farm, you will have sales. So, and that is the best option I've been giving to some of the people I go to their place to consult. So I've been telling them, if you are lucky to get boa and you can take care of the boa successfully so that you don't end up losing your money, you are good to go. So the last one I'll talk about is the rabbit farming. Rabbit farming is very, very good, and it's not that profitable, but it's still profitable. But it's not something you can go into it in a big way, in a commercial way, because the demand is not there. As many people value rabbit and are consuming it like they consume other meat in Nigeria, I would have said it's one of the best business you can go into. But for now, people don't demand for rabbits like that, and market value is very, very important in livestock farming. So if you are going into livestock farming, consider the market value first. If the market value is good, if the demand is okay at the market, then producing to supply them shouldn't be hard for you. So all these things I listed, I've already told you the cost of raising them, and I gave you the preference, how they are profitable at their own range. And to the market, pig farming market is good. It's not bad. Fish farming market, that is not too good comparing to how much we are buying feed and how much people want to be buying it. And an average Nigeria can no longer buy catfish due to the economic breakdown. So the demand is not on the higher side. I hope you are getting my point. So like I just talked about rabbits now, people don't demand for it like that. So the market value is not that okay. I'm not condemning it, but the market value is not that okay. Then poultry, yes, people are demanding for eggs and they are buying eggs, although the cost of egg per crate is not that encouraging, but it's still okay. And when it comes to broiler too, people are demanding for broiler, but to tell you the truth, an average Nigeria can no longer buy broiler, to tell you the truth. Because broiler now, if you consider the amount you use to raise broiler due to the cost of feed, and at the end of the day, if you want to sell the broiler, it will be within the range of 18,000 naira to 20,000, 17,000 naira in some of the states. So an average Nigerian that is struggling to earn 30,000 naira, 40,000 naira, 50,000 naira per month is not going to take 20,000 naira to buy a single chicken. So how much are they going to save, or what other things are they going to? So that is just what you're supposed to understand. Even coming to eggs, sometimes ago that people used to buy 1 crate of eggs, cook egg all the time, give their children eggs to school. It's no longer like that again because the cost is on the higher side, so the demand has dropped. So that is all I want to discuss with you in this video, and I believe you understand my point of view. So if there is any error in what I said, we can discuss it together. You can drop a comment under the video, and if you love this video, please don't forget to like, don't forget to share, and don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. For consultation only, please message me on the number you are seeing on the screen. My name is Simeon O. James. Thank you for watching.